So in this video I want to talk about the route that we took in CKB 2021. So as you can see on the screen on this app, the route has quite a lot of variation as far as the elevation is concerned, but the good part is that elevation is only for the but the good part is that the variation is only for the elevation and not for the traffic conditions, the weather conditions, or the tarmac. The tarmac is good all through the traffic and the roads are sorted all through. We never had to face a problem of bad roads or traffic jams or anything else. Obviously, the conditions can vary from ride to ride, but this is what I experienced. And as far as the route convenience is concerned, I think this was a very convenient ride and this was a very good ride for practice, and that is why I ended up registering again for the 2022 editions, which happens in February. The ride starts from this place. This place is the Kundli border, and this horizontal orange line that you see is the peripheral expressway around Delhi. So we start off from our hotel, Fair Vacances at the Kundli border, and the first 270 kilometers of the ride, as you can see, are very convenient. And it is at this point at around 272 kilometers that we reach Zirakpur, and we turn right from Zirakpur towards the Himalayan Expressway. This is the point from which the first climb of the ride starts, and this climb starts at this turn and it ends at a place called Timber Trail, which is on the Shimla road. And you start off at around 310 meters, and when you are at the top you are at around 860 meters. So basically you are climbing at around 550 meters. But the good part is that the road is good and it's quite broad. It's mostly a 4-lane highway, so it's very convenient to climb. And even though the traffic is a lot, because of the length and width of the road, it's very easy and the traffic is not very noticeable. Once you are at Timber Trail, all you have to do is roll back downhill all the way till Baddi. So this place over here is Baddi, and you have to take a left turn over here towards a smaller, narrower road. So the road that we take from Baddi till a place called Kurli is a 2-lane road, and some part of it, this part of it is very hilly, and therefore you have to face a few short climbs. These climbs are short, steep, and there can be traffic on the climbs, but overall they are not a very big problem from this side. They can be slightly more taxing when you return, because from that side coming back they are slightly longer and steeper, but from here they are relatively convenient. So once you have done these hills, you go all the way till Kurli. The road till Kurli is very convenient. It's overall downhill, and Kundli is a small place, but it has some very good options to eat. At the crossroads where you turn right from Kurli, there are some very good bakeries where you can get good stuff to eat and fast, because time is always an issue here on this ride. So Kurli is the point from where we rejoin the 4-lane highway. So this is the part where we rejoin the 4-lane highway, and from here it's a simple road all the way going through Roopnagar, Bharatgarh, Kiratpur Sahib, Anandpur Sahib, Nangal, and all the way till our first night halt, that is Una. So basically, you reach Una on day one and it's around 450 kilometers. So day one you do 450 kilometers, you stop for a night halt, and it's all very convenient till here. Barring the Timber Trail climb, it's all very simple, very good, very convenient till here. And we left again for the next day at around 3:30. The reason for starting early was that we wanted to do the Chinpurni climb, which was the first climb of the day, early in the morning, so that we don't have to do it later in the day when it gets hotter. That was a very good decision, because I personally liked that climb a lot, because of the sunrise that was happening as we were climbing. Very beautiful, very enjoyable, and I hardly noticed, I think any of us hardly noticed the difficulty of the climb at that point, because of the weather conditions and because of the beautiful scenery that we got to see. So from Una, it's another around 35 kilometers till a place called So this is and this is the point from which the climb starts. So at you are at around 480 meters of altitude, and at the top of Chintpurni, when you are at the top, you are at around 910 meters. So basically, you climb around 430 meters for this climb, which lasts around, I think, 12 kilometers. So it's a very convenient climb and it's a very good climb. Uh, After that, it's all downhill till a place called Dehra. So Dehra is a small village over here. We had stopped for breakfast at Dehra, and it was a very good breakfast, very good, much needed break early in the morning. And from Dehra till Kangra, it's all uphill and downhill. As you can see over here on the map and on the elevation profile, it's uphill, downhill, uphill, downhill. So it's basically a climb. You're gradually going upwards, but you are not basically climbing a lot of steep climbs continuously. So from Dehra till Kangra, you are basically going upwards, net upwards, but you are not doing a lot of steep climbs. But from Kangra onwards, it gets quite steep. This is the steepest part of the ride. And from Kangra all the way till Dharmshala, and from Dharmshala all the way till Mcloedganj, it's a head-on climb. It's continuous climb, climb, climb. There are not even short sections of decline over here on this ride. So it's all climb, and the idea that I followed throughout this climb was to stay relaxed, take it in an easy way, and not given to the enthusiasm that I had for reaching the midpoint. And once you reach Mcloedganj, as you can see in the data over here, we reached Mcloedganj at around 37.5 hours. As per the ride instructions, we had to reach this within 39 hours. So we had around 1 hour to go. But I think because of the excitement of reaching this point, we ended up wasting around a couple of hours. So after this, we started to roll back towards Bajnath. So this is Bajnath, and this entire part from Dharmshala till Bajnath is basically uphill, downhill, uphill, downhill. So it's a mix of climbs and descents, and this goes through a very beautiful road. It's a narrow road, it's a hilly road, but the tarmac is good all through. Some part of it we did in the daytime and some part of it in the night. I think by the time we reached Palampur, it was already dark, and then we went till Bajnath. There is a certain railway crossing in Bajnath we had to take a selfie with. We took that selfie, and then we came back all the way till this place. This place is Bagoda. This is the place where we had the second night halt of our ride. This was a very convenient place, and till this point, I think we had done around 667 kilometers. And on this third day, we went all the way from Bagoda back to Dharmshala, and we went to a point which was the highest point of the ride for that day. This was the Man petrol pump in Dharmshala. So we reached the Man petrol pump. This was the highest point of the ride, and this was at 693 kilometers approx. So we reached there, and from there it was all downhill for quite a while. So we had to do a downhill all the way till Kangra. So this is the place in Kangra, and we kept going. It's all downhill till here, and then we reached this place called Dehra. As you remember, this is the same place, Dehra, where we had stopped for breakfast on the way towards Dhamshala on day 2. So from Dehra, the climb again starts towards Chinpurni, and this time from this direction, the climb is slightly steeper as compared to the one that we came from while coming back. As you can see, there is more red in the elevation profile over here, but that really doesn't matter because the length of the climb is the same, and this is the last climb in the mountains. After this, it's flat for a really long time till we again reach Baddi and start climbing towards Timber Trail. So once we cross Chintpurni, it's all downhill to and from there it continues to be downhill all the way till Una, and then we go on the same route through Nangal, Anandpur Sahib, Kiratpur Sahib, Bharatgarh, Roopnagar, all the way till Kurli. On this part, it is really important to remember that you have to uh, drop off from the highway towards Kurli. While coming back, I had an issue where I could not recognize where the turn towards Kundli was, as I was very tired and it was late in the night and it was raining, so I had some difficult navigating. But luckily I took the right turn and reached Kundli. So just be careful on this part, because this is a very important turn and it really passes back really fast, because you are on a 4 lane highway doing comfortable speeds. So once in Kurli, you are back on the narrow road which leads towards Baddi. This road is very simple till this point. This point, as you remember, I told earlier that this is a hilly area. So this has quite a few climbs, and the climbs can get quite steep, but they are all very short. So you just have to be patient till they last. And over here on this turn, you reach Hotel Bagban. Hotel Bagban was our third night halt and the final night halt actually. And this was again at a very convenient spot, as I figured it, because by this time, because of the multiple punches that I had, I was very tired and I really needed a break before going ahead. Uh, so from Hotel Bagban, we actually start again climbing towards Timber Trail. So this is all a climb. It's gradual, but it's all a climb. And then you go all the way till Timber Trail. But the good aspect of this part was that we had to do all this climbing part towards Timber Trail in the night. So the weather was very good, the traffic was minimal. So it was a very enjoyable ride. And once we had reached the top of Timber Trail, it was very easy from there on, because all the way from Timber Trail till Zirakpur it's downhill. So it's a very convenient, very good downhill, and by this time you have already done 1000 kilometers and only 200 kilometers to go, and it's all flat and all 4 lane, all very convenient. So when I was there, we had around 10 hours to go for the last 200 kilometers. So I think that was very convenient. I had one puncture during that, but it was all good. So overall, as you can see, on paper there are quite a lot of climbs on this route, but if you actually go through this route, the good part is that there are no very long climbs. There are no mountain passes, there are no rough patches, there are no traffic bottlenecks. So it's all very convenient, very good. And as I said at the start, this is a very good practice ride. And if you are looking to ride a distance that is not too short, not too long, just the right length, this is a very good ride to go. And I'm already looking forward to the 2022 edition, which happens in February. So looking forward to that.